Beloved brothers and sisters, I'm Geeia Ariati. I am of sound heart and sound mind. That is the request of my guides to ensure that you can see exactly who I be. I am guided to do a very quick transmission in relation to the new moon energy and into the recognition that we are in a time portal of collapsing paradigms and structures that have held you in limitation and thought forms that have riddled your consciousness with denial. So when I speak into this, I speak into this in the energetic signatures of the themes and the ways they play out, because every single theme and energy we all co-create together. So what I experience, you experience from different levels of consciousness, from different dimensional expressions, and we are effectively mirroring back to each other how to see ourselves deeper in self-realization and with God. And so as you continue to use all of these awarenesses that I share with you, you will see that what I am sharing is a direct mirror in your life, and you'll start to see it within yourself and also in your relationships. So right now there is a time portal that is collapsing, not only your inner structures, your inner paradigms that have kept you in a place of denial, but if we look at this externally, there are structures, paradigms, and collectively there is about to be a fall of those aspects that have kept us in denial of the truth. Now, this external manifestation may take around 3 to 4 months to start to process and be physically available to our sight in our external world. So what you're experiencing right now in the collapse, whatever your theme is, that is preventing you from seeing your reality and truth in the foundations of who you are, that denial point is going to collapse in your inner reality. And so this sits in your root chakra. The root chakra is the foundations of who I be and how I see myself in the world. It's my safety constructs. Now, you may circle around surface levels of clearing your root chakra, or you may be deep down in the deep purge of the darkness of what we would call energetic signature of the deepest realms of separation, which you may like to call Satan consciousness. Thanks, guys. Cleansing, clearing, and purifying any fear you have to that word. It just is an energy signature. Satan consciousness is the further separation point, so that sits in the root chakra. The root chakra is collapsing the paradigms of your identity. So any false masks, any false identities, any falsities in your reality in relation to relationships, in relation to narratives and constructs that have kept you in the illusion, the fantasy, and in an aspect of a false sense of reality. So these are the themes of how I see the world. You will go through some sense of a rude awakening. Now, this is not in a way to program you in anything other than that this is what we are collectively moving through. So you can either see it with awareness, and you can be aware that there are going to be things that are going to come up and they are going to shock you. You may be caught off guard in a activated trauma response. You may have something come up in your experience that came out of nowhere, and there is a sense of shock value that happens to the nervous system and a desire to get out of body, to go into addiction, to go into denial, and to continue to hold on to the false narrative or the illusion of the external relationship, business, narrative, or self. And whatever that shock is, you have a choice and an opportunity at this point to use this time collapsing portal that is present for the next 43 hours to collapse this denial, collapse this fantasy, collapse this illusion, send it down to be deconstructed, composted into the earth, send it down to our great sister Tara, our mother Geeia, and start to look at the foundations of the truth. Now, if you choose not to look at this and you do go into addiction, denial, shadow, and not wanting to see reality, which is absolutely okay, be aware that whilst you continue to keep this denial aspect up, over the next 3 to 4 months, there will be external things in your environment at a collective level of physical manifestation that may shock you into the trauma that you will be avoiding now. The distortions that hold the foundations of your reality, the distortions of the foundations that hold your personality. And so these very low dense frequencies, being that of the furthest thing from God, source, creator in your experience, will come up at some point in this time frame. How deep you dive into it is up to you, but as a guide, it is my responsibility to remind every single being that you do not have to learn through contrast. You do not have to learn by avoiding, denying, and trying to eject out of your body because you don't want to feel the discomfort within your field and you want to stay in the illusion. Or because that contrast, if you lean into it now, it's easier to collapse these when we're energetically going through these cycles together. So this collapsing of timelines will allow you to shift the things and the beliefs and the attachments and the programs and the what's this word? Sometimes I receive, when you guys drop in, and I'm still practicing, receiving high-level information, not dropping into one of your energetic fields. So if you do watch my lives, please be aware of your energy when you do jump onto a live to see how you're heightened. If you're in a really intense energy, take a couple of breaths before you jump in. Or if you are jumping in, take a couple of breaths as you're coming into this space. It allows me to channel more directly, more easily. So some of the templates that are arising within the energy field at the moment are the templates that hold the pedophilia imprints, the dark masculine inversions, the father wounding, the mother separation point. There are aspects of denial of truth in safety. There is the template of confusion. There is the template of denial. There is core wounds of disconnection from the earth. There is core wounds of disconnection from the physical vessel, the nervous system, and the ability to receive the Kundalini current. So your Kundalini may be getting quite activated and you're wanting to shut it off because it's activating lower aspects of your consciousness, and those lower chakras are starting to aggravate this part of your denial. And when you have some level of extreme awakening, what happens is everything that is in your reality has to surface because you can't hold the denial stories any longer, and anything that is not of that high frequency of Kundalini current, which is your creator energy, your creation energy, your unique energy, then it has to dissolve away. And so this process is uncomfortable. It is more uncomfortable if you don't actively look at it. So if you're starting to feel vibrations in your sacral, in your root chakra, you're starting to work with this energy and you are rising up, ensure that you're also checking what is happening down below, because you can only rise up for so long before you need to anchor it in. And that external experience right now, collapse what is needed so you can anchor that energy into your field. So some of the beautiful ways to do this is start to breathe your energy down into your genitals, down into the earth center. Stop sending all your frequency up. Stop focusing on ascension. It is not about ascending. It is actually about unifying your ascended and descended consciousness together in union in your heart, merging matter and spirit. If you continue to ascend and you go into those upper chakras, you have to plummet, and you will continue to do these rise, fall, rise, fall, rise, fall, which is traumatic on the nervous system. It is traumatic in the physical experience, and it is not optimal to meeting the truth. If you would like to be more aware of the denial and the illusion points, you've got denial is your lower chakras and the illusion is your upper chakras, spiritual bypassing. If you're up here, you are spiritually bypassing. If you can't anchor your body past your heart, you are in spiritual bypass. There is absolutely no other explanation for it. You are denying the lower chakra systems of trauma. If you are sitting in your lower chakra systems, then you are stuck in some level of depression, desire of unconscious death wishes, and all of those lower realms of base level desires that keep you here on this planet and unable to ascend into a higher frequency of unification. You cannot do one without the other. It is an energetic presentation that will allow you to recognize where are you sitting, here or here, and what is your story about each expression. So in that, I am closing this off. If you feel the resonance here, please share with other brothers and sisters to use this time capsule and collapsing of the structures. You can literally do this when you find them. Push the energy down to the earth, breathe it down to the earth, scream it down into the earth, sound it down into the earth. Or if you are stuck in your lower chakras and you've been down there in this place for some time, choose to let go and see that core aspect and ask to see the key, the code, the medicine, the magic on the other side. I love you, Ahava, and God bless.